Jacko sponsors the National League on BT Sport.
Hello everybody, welcome along to our latest roundup from English football's fifth tier. Coming up over the next half an hour, all the key incidents from the latest round of fixtures in the Vanarama National League. And what a weekend it's been. Southport sparkle in an 8-goal thriller against Bromley. Gateshead in a spin as Woking humble the hosts. And Cheltenham spend Christmas at number 1. The first ever league meeting between Southport and Bromley didn't promise much in the way of goals. The visitors had found the net just twice in their last 4 fixtures, while the hosts came into this match as the lowest scorers in the National League. But Southport have been surging up the table since the appointment of Dino Marmria, and that confidence was there for all to see. Paul Rutherford bringing a sensational save out of the Bromley keeper Chris Kettings. And 20 minutes in, Marmria's men made their early pressure tell. Adam Blakeman's free kick nodded home by Andrew Wright. Just a second goal of the season for him. But Mark Goldberg's side responded before half-time. Southport's defensive frailties exposed as midfielder Lee Minshall bagged his first Bromley goal after joining from Newport in the summer. If that was an uncomfortable moment for the Southport keeper Max Crocombe, worse was to follow. He was unable to deal with Joe Anderson's corner, skipper Rob Swain bundling in his first goal of the campaign on the stroke of half-time. But before the referee could blow his whistle for the break, Southport were level. Gary Jones trying his luck from outside the area, 2-2 at the interval. Bromley had suffered 4 defeats in a row prior to this match, and they made the worst possible start to the second half. Rutherford's cross turned in by Mike Phoenix just 2 minutes after the break, as he gave Southport a 3-2 lead. Another set piece, so the ball played short to Rutherford. His run ended abruptly by Ali Fazani. Referee Simon Bennett having no hesitation in awarding the penalty. Top scorer Louis Armand has been revitalised under Marmria. That's now 7 for the season and 4 goals in his last 3 games. And the points were made safe with 15 minutes to play. Southport youngster Jamie Allen driving through the Bromley backline to make it 5-2 with his first goal for the club. It was Bromley, though, who had the last word, as Sean Francis powered past Crocombe. Goals galore at the Merseyrail Community Stadium, and 4 wins in 5 for Southport since their change of management.
We keep improving from game to game, and what's good today is to score 5 goals at home. I think those fans have been dying out, crying for goals, and we gave them that today. Exciting game for them, and I'm happy to send them away. Enjoy Christmas with a win.
Neil Aspin made the perfect start as Gateshead manager with 2 wins out of 2, but that momentum was then curtailed by a shock home defeat to Southport. His team was slow out of the blocks against informed Woking at the Gateshead International Stadium. Dan Holman swivelling and shooting to give the visitors a 3rd-minute lead. Not many National League strikers are hotter than Holman right now. Aspin was born and raised in Gateshead and would have been pleased with his side's response. Adam Wrightson's cross wasn't cleared. Paddy McLaughlin found the top corner. His 2nd goal of the campaign, both coming in the last 3 matches. But the hosts were caught sleeping 4 minutes before half-time. A short corner to Bruno Andrade, and his cross found that man Holman again to restore Woking's lead. It's now 8 goals for Holman in his last 6 games. Andrade has been making chances for his teammates on a regular basis this season, and with a third of the game to play, he finally found his way onto the score sheet. Gateshead goalkeeper Sean McDonald unable to deal with the cross, allowing Andrade to bury the chance for his first Woking goal since signing from Queen's Park Rangers. Gateshead committed bodies forward to try and get back into the game, but it was taken away from them. Fullback Jake Caprice breaking down the right before crossing to Matt Robinson, who notched his first goal for Woking following his loan move from Luton. And the final flourish to a glorious away day came in stoppage time. Joe Quigley, on loan from Bournemouth, drilling the ball past McDonald. 5-1 to Woking. It's Gateshead's heaviest ever home defeat at this level.
League leaders Cheltenham Town have suffered only 2 defeats all season, but one of those came against visitors Altrincham in September. A mental hurdle then for Gary Johnson's men to clear at Whaddon Road, and the first chance fell the home side's way. Their goalkeeper Dylan Phillips kicked travelling all the way through to top scorer Billy Waters, who was denied by the upright. But Lee Sinnott's side were the more enterprising team in the opening 45 minutes and should have led at the interval. Michael Rankin spurning the best chance of the first half. Into the second 45 and Cheltenham were starting to crank up the pressure. Altrincham not allowed to clear their lines as Waters could only volley over the crossbar. Johnson may have been starting to wonder if it was to be Cheltenham's day when this set piece saw a melee of players trying to force the ball home, but somehow keeper Tim Deasy's goal remained unscathed. Just before the hour mark came the game's pivotal moment. Some patient approach play from the hosts saw midfielder Harry Pell break into the area. The challenge from Gianluca Haven was rash. Decision, penalty to Cheltenham. If striker Danny Wright was feeling the pressure, he didn't show it. 7 goals this season for Wright, 2 in his last 2. The home fans clearly delighted. It could have been a comfortable conclusion for the hosts. Wright's knockdown finding Ryan Jennings, who shot spectacularly but just wide. Another 3 points for Cheltenham and a Christmas number 1.
We've got to game manage every game. And we've got to make sure we're right on top of our game, because in this league, every team's got a match winner. Every team's got a match winner. If you go through them all, they've all got match winners, and if you're not careful, you can get beat. So I'm just pleased with our focus and our energy at the minute, and our quality was a bit off today, but the boys always work hard, always.
Forest Green lead the pack chasing Cheltenham, and the pressure was on Adi Pennick and his players to pick up another 3 points against a Boreham Wood side with just 1 win in their last 8 matches. It was the hosts that saw the first glimpse of goal. Elliot Freer fashioning room for a cross, headed up and into the air. Keanu Marsh-Brown unable to control the volley. The Wood were looking to draw first blood. Connor Clifford's free kick certainly had keeper Steve Arnold worried. The visitors had scored just once in their previous 4 games, and that lack of sharpness in front of goal was evident when the ball was pulled back for Clifford, whose shot ballooned over the bar. James Russell was about to get very busy in the Boreham Wood goal. First, Robert Sinclair's set piece saw Aaron Racine's header tipped over the bar. Then the fans at the New Lawn were almost treated to something really special. Russell with a poor clearance. Veteran striker John Parkin has scored many goals in his career, but this would have surely topped the lot. Russell redeeming himself with an outstanding save. It was far from one-way traffic as the visitors came on strong again. Luke Howell's effort produced a very smart save from Arnold. An action-packed first half failed to produce a goal. Parkin again going the closest, and his strike on the turn was deflected onto the post. But the Boreham Wood rearguard was broken with a third of the game to play. Curtis Guthrie started the match as a substitute, but just 4 minutes after coming on, he was on the end of David Pipe's cross. Guthrie, who scored the winner in the reverse fixture this season, with a big goal for Forest Green. Referee John Brooks had a big decision to make late on. The long ball downfield and a poor header back from Scott Doe. Freer getting there first ahead of Russell outside his area. Brooks deciding there was sufficient cover, showing the goalkeeper a yellow card. Forest Green seeing it through for their 4th win in their last 6.
They're a good side, and we knew we had to battle. We knew it wasn't going to be pretty, and I thought we'd done that first half, a little bit wasteful at times, and I thought second half, we got on top of it, just needed to score, and Curtis done that when he came on.
The first ever 3 meetings between Eastleigh and Kidderminster all occurred last season, and they all resulted in Eastleigh victories. Reasons then to be confident for manager Chris Todd ahead of this match at the Silver Lake Stadium, particularly with the visitors sitting bottom of the table. The hosts had lost just once in their last 9 games, putting them firmly in the promotion picture. Kidderminster keeper Dean Schnedke had to be on his toes to keep out Jack Midson early on. Eastleigh fullback Michael Green was finding plenty of joy down the left and will have been disappointed not to have worked Schnedke better with that effort. It was a powerful first-half performance that finally produced a goal just before the break. James Constable striking early and catching out Schnedke. A cracker from Constable, 11 this season for the former Kidderminster player. Despite their dominance, Eastleigh gifted Harriers an equaliser on the hour mark. Amari Patrick picking the pocket of Green. Ben Whitfield was on hand to slot the ball home. Eastleigh were stirred into action. Lee Cook showing composure around the Kidderminster penalty area before passing to Andy Drury to notch his 5th goal in his last 7 games. Not bad for a midfielder. Dave Hockaday's Harriers couldn't have come much closer to equalising for a second time. Whitfield's shot off the inside of the post. Zane Francis' angle did find the back of the net, but from an offside position. Then with 5 minutes to play, Eastleigh put the game to bed. Kidderminster unable to clear the danger. Cook was again the calmest man on the pitch to seal their 3rd victory in a row. Harriers haven't won an away game since January. It's onwards and upwards for Todd and his team.
Our biggest opponent today was ourselves, and we showed that second half by giving the goal away we did. It was a bit sloppy, and they're back in the game. But we showed great character after that to get back in and get in front, and obviously then to get the next one, obviously to make it 3-1, which was we're very pleasing in the end. It would have been very easily today after they pulled it back to 1-1 to really feel sorry for ourselves and go into a bit of a rut, but the boys showed great character to come back and get the extra 2 goals.
This top 5 clash saw hosts Grimsby aim to extend their winning streak to 5, which would also take them a position above Dover in the playoff places. But it was far from a thriller. In the first half, a challenging header from Jack Parkinson tested the gloves of Grimsby keeper James McKeown, who kept the teams level going into the break. In the second half, it was again the heroics of McKeown that kept Dover at bay, this fingertip save denying Ricky Modeste. It was in the 91st minute when the game was decided. A clear-cut penalty for the foul on Connor Townsend saw Porrick Amend step up to take the spot kick. No problem for Podge, that's his 9th goal in his last 8 games, bringing his total this season to 15. A 5th win in a row for Grimsby sees them go ahead of Dover in the league, Dover failing to score for only the 2nd time in 15 matches.
I thought we were the better footballing side, but as I said, Dover make it very difficult, and they've got 3 lads at the top end of the pitch that can make things happen, so to keep a clean sheet, a couple of really good saves from James McKeown. But we're looking strong defensively, and we managed to get the all-important goal with a definite penalty. Connor Townsend tripped, and Podge managed to keep his head and slotted the ball away nicely. It's a battle, a bit of a war of attrition today, I felt, and I feel that I've got a group of players that can win different ways.
We've come away to Grimsby, who are an excellent team, big club, 4,500 people watching, and their goalkeeper wins the man of the match. But as I say, our goalkeeper, the only save he's out to make is pull it out and pick it out of the net. But no, I'm pleased with that. I'm a lot happier than I was last Saturday. We won the game, so that's the way it goes.
This fixture found Chester, who've been marooned in mid-table for most of the season, looking to break their run of 5 matches without a win. They faced a struggling Torquay, who themselves were winless in 7. Things started brightly for the hosts as a scuffed cross from Tom Shaw saw Ross Hannah give his team the lead 16 seconds into the first half, the quickest goal in Chester's history. Then shortly before half-time, Ryan Higgins rocketed the ball into the back of the net to double the hosts' advantage. And Chester put the game to bed just before the interval when that curling free kick from Hannah sailed past keeper Dan Levercombe to make it 3-0. However, this blistering shot from Kevin Nicholson nearly saw Torquay's player-manager get one back, but it was saved by the fingertips of keeper John Worsnop. In the second half, Torquay did pull one back when this ball from Andre Wright surprised Worsnop and ended up in the net. I suspect even Wright was surprised with that one. But Chester came again, and that man Hannah bagged his hat-trick to make it 4-1 for the hosts, ending any hope of a comeback for Torquay. Chester had the chance to make it 5 when they were given a penalty after a man Verma took down Craig Marn in the area. John Rooney stepped up to take the spot kick, but Leverkusen somehow kept it out.
Lincoln City were in need of a result if they were to edge closer to those playoff positions before Christmas. Their home form has been good this season, having lost just one of their 11 home games. Bad news for visitors Barrow. And it was Lincoln who opened the scoring. Matt Reed taking advantage as the ball fell to his feet, calmly blasting home in the 28th minute. However, his second goal was a lot more impressive. Just before half-time, he set himself up for a fantastic overhead kick, his 4th goal in 4 games and his 15th of the season. Unfortunately for Lincoln, only a minute later, Jason Walker's blocked shot wasn't enough to keep him out as he got past keeper Paul Farman and brought Barrow right back into it, scoring his 5th of the season. After the restart, Lincoln's defence let them down again when this poorly timed challenge from Bradley Wood on Jason Walker gifted the visitors a penalty. Walker buried the spot kick to bring the scores level and bring his season total to 6. In the 87th minute, a dangerous challenge from Nick Wilmer-Anderton on Keegan Everington saw Barrow reduced to 10 men, but it didn't make a difference to the result. A point sees Lincoln move up to 7th, heading into the festive period with Reed in red-hot form.
Yeah, I think I can't really remember the first one. I'm more surprised about the second one there. It's just the second one just popped in from midfielder. Craig Stanley on my chest, and I've just tried something that sometimes it goes wide and everyone boos you, but luckily it went into side netting and I got second goal, but straight after that we conceded a sloppy goal, which was disappointing.
Macclesfield travelled to Parkview Road looking to take advantage of Welling's recent poor form, without a win in 6 and flirting with the drop zone. Macclesfield keeper Juan Jalallo allowed Welling the first opportunity of the match after an awful throw, but the hosts lacked the urgency to capitalise on his mistake. However, it only took Macclesfield 6 minutes to open the scoring. Christian Dennis with a confident shot rebounding off the post, but over the line, his 18th of the season, making him the leading goal scorer in England's top 7 divisions. Welling looked lively after conceding as this shot from George Williams troubled Jalal, who struggled to keep hold of it, but kept it out nevertheless. David Fitzpatrick then tested the Welling keeper Mike McIntaggart. Welling pressed for an equaliser. Ben Jefford, with that effort, inched away. In the second half, a cross from Rhys Harris found the head of George Porter, but frustratingly for Welling, he hit the post, the closest that Welling would get. A result that takes Macclesfield up to 6th and ends their run of 2 defeats on the bounce. Worrying times, though, for Welling.
Bottom 4 Halifax came into this fixture on the back of 2 wins and a draw, so confidence must have been high facing travellers Tranmere, who had won just 2 in their last 10 games. It was Gary Taylor-Fletcher who first went close, and after Adam Meckie hit the post, Fletcher was aggrieved that he wasn't awarded a penalty for Sam Johnson's challenge. In the 40th minute, Tranmere struck as James Norwood fired past Johnson to score his 8th of the campaign and give the visitors the lead. But Halifax soon fixed that as 4 minutes later, Nicky Rose scored this screamer, his 2nd of the season, both having come in the last 3 matches. In the second half, a great cross from Ben Tomlinson found Norwood, who couldn't make anything of it. And in the 86th minute, Halifax top goal scorer Jordan Barrow was shown his 2nd yellow for a foul on Jay Harris. It's his first sending off of the season. Tranmere had a fantastic chance to get all 3 points after Lois Maynard was sent flying. Tomlinson picked up the ball and this cracking effort smashed the upright. Tranmere will be disappointed not to get the win, but a point apiece means Halifax move up to 22nd, now undefeated in 4.
This lower table clash saw Aldershot desperately trying to end their run of 5 consecutive defeats against a Guiseley side who themselves had only won 1 in 5. James Hurst had a fantastic chance for the visitors with that dipping shot, only for it to rattle the crossbar. But it was in the 79th minute that Aldershot would take all 3 points. Across from Jake Gallagher found 21-year-old Tom Richards, who scored his first ever career goal. A win that means Aldershot go above Guiseley into 16th. So, Cheltenham Town sit on top of the table going into Christmas, but a word of warning to manager Gary Johnson: recent history is not on his side. In the last 6 seasons, only Barnet have won the title when top at this stage. Forest Green sit in second with a game in hand, and wins for Eastleigh and Grimsby consolidate their positions in the playoffs. But there's a big chasing pack behind them. Southport's 5-3 thrashing of Bromley lifts them up to 18th, 5 points clear of the relegation places. A great achievement so far from Dino Marmria, who took over with his side deep in the drop zone. Aldershot move up to 16th after ending their run of 5 straight defeats, but no festive cheer for Boreham Wood, Halifax, Torquay and Kidderminster, who make up the bottom 4 at Christmas. That's almost it this time, but a reminder that our next live game is the derby match between Grimsby Town and Lincoln City on Monday the 28th of December. Join us from noon on BT Sport 1. Merry Christmas, and we'll see you again in the new year.
Jacko sponsors the National League on BT Sport.